On last week's podcast, we talked about first impressions and how they're key in any business, but in stand-up, where you're taking the stage, people are making those impressions of you before you even start speaking. And Perter Wolf asked a great question. He said, "Good stuff, Rik. Speaking of first impressions, would you mind taking a quick peek at my website when you have a chance? You're welcome to use it as an example for a blog post if you like as well, and we're going to do that right here, and give a few tips on what I could do better. Thanks for all you do for the Christian comedy community, brother. PerterWolf.com." All right, nice, good-looking picture of Peter up at the top. Got a strong message, Jesus loves you, right there, so we know that his comedy is Christian. Clean comedy that will make you howl at laughter. That's nice. Wolf, howl, easy to remember. Building a little recognition with your name. Right here, Peter says he's a Christian comedian that's clean, funny, and affordable. Right there in the first sentence, we know Peter is a guy who's willing to make a deal. He's an affordable Christian act, and that sends a message to his buyers that they're going to be able to haggle with him. So right off the bat, Pete, if you're comfortable doing that and you're always looking to do a gig, keep that in there. However, if you're looking to separate yourself a little bit more and get a higher honorarium and maybe up your price a little bit, this word right here would need to be changed out. But if you're cool doing that, which is no problem, keep it right in there. Over 20 years of experience, boom. Besides being gifted, he's also an engaging and fun youth camp pastor, conference speaker, preacher, and intern pastor. All right, these are good. One thing I would say, Pete, is right here, make these bullet points. Peter is a Christian comedian that's clean, funny, and affordable. He has, boom, 20 years of experience, ability to improv, interact with the audience. Make these bullet points so they pop out a little bit. There's kind of a lot of text going down the page here. And you've got some great quotes, but you know what? They blend in with everything else up here. What I would do is maybe put a quote right at the very top. Pick your best quote, even if it's just part of a quote, one or two sentences that give them an idea of what you're all about, and highlight it in a different color so that up here it really pops. Maybe even put a background behind it and like a little thought bubble, something to make it stand out. Then do your bullet points there with the different things you can offer, and then include at least one quote on every single page here in your site. Don't just limit it to the one page. So let's click over to your bio page. And I do like you have your information right here. I would maybe move this up here and make it stand out. People will be looking for contact information up in the header. All right, a bio. Boom, lots of good stuff right there. As we can see, a typical bio. Again, you might want to highlight or make some things bold that really separate you apart from other comics. Clips. Click on the video clips below to have a good, clean laugh. I did check through these clips yesterday before logging on today. I would put your absolute, it's hard to say best clip, okay? They're all pretty good. The clip where you get to the laugh the fastest, I will put in the very top. And I'd pick a topic that's more universal. I watched this yesterday. Lots of good voices in your GPS thing. I would definitely put that one up above the cockroach one. If we just clicked here and waited for a second, we'll see. If we wait and see how many seconds it takes to get to your first laugh, it takes a little while. Also, you've got Google Ads popping up here. Unless you're really making a lot of ads, money off of Google Ads on your YouTube channel, I would get rid of that. All right, 22 seconds in. Get up and look around, and there, right behind me on the kitchen floor, 30 seconds. Was the biggest cockroach I'd seen forever. Okay, and you hear the crowd groan at the cockroach. 35 seconds, and instead of having a big, powerful punchline in the first 10 to 15 seconds, their first reaction after a 35-second build-up is a groan because you're mentioning a cockroach, and they get a little bit grossed out by that. So I would definitely move this clip further down, further down, further down. Your GPS Voices has a lot more animation to it. It's quicker to the first laugh. Let's just take a look right here.
All kinds of voices and languages and maps, all kinds of stuff. They even have famous people on there. Famous people. I was like, this is cool. I tried that out, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll get some famous person voice on my GPS. They have all different ones too. Like if you like television shows from the 1980s.
Okay, we're at 24 seconds right there, and your premise is you're restating it 3 or 4 times. I would just simply get in there and say, my GPS has a celebrity voice. I think there's lots more that they could pick from. Boom, and then get right into your first punchline right here.
Mr. T. Mr. T, same thing to do that.
All right, so just a tip on writing. Get to that first laugh a lot quicker. 30 seconds is a lot to ask somebody that's watching videos, especially if they're watching a bunch of videos and thinking about different performers to pick from. So you can go through your different jokes. The lighting is so much better down here on these that if you have a quick laugh that you like, I would move that up. The lighting is a little bit darker and the sound's a little bit more echoey on these. So just a couple tips there, but definitely move that one out. If not, delete it altogether. 35 seconds is a long time. Get it in there, quicker joke, and move that to the top. And these are things I tell myself too, so I'm not picking on you right here. Contact information. Boom, you got a nice form. I still have a form on my website. Most people don't like to fill it out. They like to send you an email. So once again, I would get this up here and put it right up here so that people can see you and they can just click on that email and go straight to you if they want to ask you a question. But keep your form. It has great things. If you're going to do a form, I would go ahead and make all these things mandatory because these right here are great questions. Attendance estimate gives you an idea of how big the crowd's going to be, and budget, if you can get them to tell you that right off the bat, you're ahead of the game. So I would get those two and put an asterisk, and those have to be filled in for sure. All right, and then last, let's look at your promo. Nice big pictures. Very current, they look like. I like them. I would maybe have... No, I would stick with what you got. I'd maybe put this one at the top, though. Just a little bigger picture of you. Click on any photo for a larger, scarier version. So that's funny, self-deprecating, goes a long way. All right, so let's just do a quick recap on your home screen. I'm cool with everything you got up here. I would definitely move this to here. I would highlight a quote and move it up here at the very top. So if somebody else is saying something great about you before you introduce yourself. Affordable, remember that's a key word that they're going to start thinking they can haggle and get a good deal. So be aware of that and change it if you'd like to get a little bit more for your services. And then bullet point these guys down here so that they pop. Move at least one quote to the top of each page as they click through. Your bio looked good. Clips, we talked about that. Maybe move that one down. Reshoot this one with a quicker intro or pick one of these brighter lit ones to move up. So those are my ideas, Pete. I know you're a funny guy. I've seen some stuff before. I think your website is it's functional, it's good, but I don't think it's showcasing you as good as it can. So take those tips, see if there's anything that you think that you agree with, and move them in there. But this spot right here, this has got to go up there, buddy. I think you'll get a little more response right there. And I'll say this too as we're talking about it. An opt-in box to collect their email. If you go to my site, you'll see that there's an opt-in box. And capturing an email of a prospective client while they're looking is really important. Right now, the only way you'll get their emails if they actually hit your thing and go for more information. But a lot of people won't. They'll just be scanning around. But if you have a newsletter list, they'll grab onto that. Okay, buddy. Thank you very much. I hope that was helpful. And that was this week's blog post from the School of Laughs website, schooloflaughs.com. We teach comedy writing, business, and all kinds of great stuff. The podcast comes out on Friday on iTunes and Stitcher. You can go right to my School of Laughs website and check that out as well. So click on over. Oh, and I've got this. And then I'll click out. If you go to my podcast thing now, boom, you can send me a voice message. I get up to 20 messages a month right now in this free trial. If you have a question you'd like answered on the podcast or possibly in a blog post, hit start recording and use the microphone right there on your computer. And I'll take the best or the most universal questions and put them into the podcast next time around. Thank you guys. Have a good one.